Heading into the garden this morning, I am on a mission. First, I need to check on my kale. I was hoping to harvest some of this afternoon, but it's got cabbage worms again, so I'm going to have to see to that. But my main goal is to see if I can salvage my indigo. This was last year's crop. This was August, so it's a little bit later, but it was looking pretty amazing. And it's just so sad. This year, not so much. None of my seedlings that I started back in early spring have survived, and these are barely hanging on. It goes from really sad to grim and sort of sad. But I am determined to try and save them. I decided part of my problem I think was I've just been kind of remiss with my watering. It's been much drier this year than it was last year, and indigo does love that extra bit of water, so I'm trying to get caught up on that. And hauling water from the creek, it takes a little bit of effort, and so I have to haul up two 2-gallon buckets at a time, or watering cans. And as for watering cans, the fancy, more expensive one doesn't work as well as the less expensive Ace Hardware version. So just for future reference, more expensive is not always better. So I'm going to water and get that, get everything as wet as I can. And now I'm going to do something that I saw on the Indigo Extraction Methods forum on Facebook. Someone was talking about using something called chop and drop with the comfrey, and I have comfrey, so I'm going to give that a try. But the comfrey is very prickly, so I need to suit up and make sure I'm fully protected before I dive in to start pruning my comfrey. I'm not cutting it all the way back. I'm just cutting down to about half and trying to leave some of the blooms because the bees do love the comfrey. I think I'll have enough. This seems like a fair amount. And as for the chopping, I wasn't sure if I should put the stems in there or just the leaves, but I'm going to chop up everything. And trying not to get the blooms in there. I really don't want comfrey coming up everywhere. So I was trying sort of a combination of tearing and cutting and chopping, and just to see what worked best. And it was getting pretty hot in the sun, so I moved over to the shade to finish my little chopping session. I think I've got everything pretty well broken down, and I hope this is enough. I had thought to restart everything, maybe, from seed, and then earlier this month, a mouse got into the house and somehow found my indigo seeds, my great stash of indigo seeds, and just devoured them, which broke my heart, but because that was all my indigo seeds from last year. So I'm working hard to save what I have now, because I was afraid I was going to have no recourse. So this is not quite full coverage, but it's, I think once I do some rearranging here, hopefully it'll be enough. It's not a full mulch, but I've got enough to go around each of the little clusters of indigo. And then next week I'll come back with another round of fish emulsion fertilizer. It's worrisome for sure, but we'll see. Oh, and then we got this beautiful rain this afternoon, so this makes me very happy. All that extra water is certainly going to help. And so all is not lost. I actually did order some more indigo seeds. So, I'll try this if all else fails. Wish me luck.